Hi everyone, John Davenport here from photography.com with another Let's Edit video. Today we're going to take a look at this photograph you see here. This is the raw file that became the photo mirrored on my site. If you remember that photo, it was kind of a panoramic black and white with a white vignette around the edges, a white foggy, like dreamlike vignette. It was a photo that I actually almost threw away. I didn't really like this original file here. You can see there's a lot of like debris in the foreground. It's not very attractive. I didn't think there was much I could do with it, and then I started playing around with it in Lightroom, and all of a sudden I had one of my most popular photos of 2012. So I'm going to show you what I did with that. The first thing that I did was I kind of knew that I didn't want any of this foreground, and the sky's not all that interesting, so I thought maybe I'd try to get a really tight panoramic style out of it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to crop it really tightly, and then come in just a hair on the left hand side and maybe on the right just a bit. So what this does here is I'm just getting rid of all of this stuff that I just don't find very interesting. I think the most interesting part of this photograph is this center reflection here. So I'm going to put it right smack in the center of the panoramic, and I'm going to try and get the same style that I got when I edited this photo for my site. So the idea behind this edit is to create something that's very contrasting. We have our reflection in the water, we have the trees, very cold, there's no leaves, it's definitely a winter style photo. So I wanted to go very white, kind of overexposed with this. So we'll go up here to our basic exposure area, and we'll just bring the exposure up, and we'll bring our contrast up, and then we'll drop our highlights, or actually bring our highlights up and drop our shadows. And you can see it's already starting to look pretty close to the final photo, but one of the big things that we haven't done yet is converted it to black and white. So you'll see that in a second. We can come right up here to this black and white tab and just click over. You can see we're getting kind of close. We need to definitely make sure that we have more whites. So we'll bring the whites all the way up to 100 here. Maybe drop the blacks down, add just a hair of clarity, about plus 15 or so. And then it's just playing around with the rest of this, but I think this is pretty good. Now, I'll be honest, I went in, when I did this for my site, I went into Photoshop and I cloned everything out, but we can do that in Lightroom as well with their clone tool, which works pretty good. So we'll just go in and do some very quick cloning here. And then what I'm going to do is actually zoom in here just to show you, so you can see there's some stuff that's still a little wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of a bigger brush here and move this over here. Maybe try and get this whole set here. That should do the trick. Maybe one more right here. So cloning in Lightroom, it's pretty easy if you have the patience for it. Photoshop definitely does make it easier, but there's a huge difference in price between Lightroom and Photoshop. So if you don't have it, I wouldn't worry about it. You can definitely get a very similar effect in Lightroom. So this is basically the basic edit, and then to add a little bit more interest to this photograph, what I did is I went down to the effects tab here and I added a bit of a white vignette, and I'm going to change it up a little bit here. I'm going to add a midpoint. I kind of like this very long oval type of roundness, so you get a really good view of the reflection. And what I'm going to do is add a lot of a feather effect and then bring the amount back down. So what the feather effect does is it kind of just makes it more, there's more length to how it goes from the end to the center, so it gradually will bring the vignette down, whereas if you go the other way, it's very much a white border. So I'm going to add a huge feathering effect, and that'll bring this nice little like dreamlike look into the final photo. So you can see that's basically it. That's the final edit that I have for you today. This was the original photograph cropped down, and then here we are with our final photo. This photo is actually one of the ones that I have for sale on my website as well, so if you're interested in that, let me know. And thank you for watching this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week with another Let's Edit video. Bye for now.